Don't overthink this. Everything's complicated if you overthink it. Should I add more pictures? I think you're overdoing it. It looks great as it is. I think you're overdoing it. Game face, baby. Game face. Oh, right. Okay. Hey, Stanley. It's great to see you. No, that's overdoing it, I think. Did we overdo it? No, I think it looks great. I have a few errands to run, and then I'm going to the gym. Are you sure you're not overdoing it? Can we skip the museum? We already have a full schedule, and I don't want us to overdo it. We should go to a museum. Let's not overdo it. Are you going home already? You just got here. I don't want to overdo it. What are you doing here? I took the day off. It's your second day. Yeah, I didn't want to overdo it. I don't want you to overdo it. You don't have to overdo it. Exercise. Are you sure? I don't want you to overdo it. I won't. Resort where? Maybe last resort. Why don't we just ask her for help? That would be the last resort. She's not gonna like the fact that we couldn't handle it on our own. That's probably the most expensive option, so that would be like the last resort. The last option is to get a loan, but it should be our last resort. There's gotta be something you can do, right? Yeah, last resort. Go to Harrisburg. I don't ask my parents for money, but it's always good to have them as a last resort. We know he's got money. He's our friend. If we come up with someone better, we'll talk, but we'll keep Luke as a last resort. Last resort. Simplify it for me. It's complicated. Simplify it for me. It's hard to explain. It's complicated. Simplify it for me. It's very good, Morgan, but simplify the wording in that last paragraph. People aren't gonna get it. We need to simplify. Bottom line, your ideas are just too complicated. We need to simplify. I try to simplify my life. Just simplify your life. Something's off. But he was being so weird in the car. Something's off. I'm looking at the numbers and something's off. I think we're gonna need to check that. That number seems way off. She's off today. She's off today. She's not herself today. I'm off today. She's a little off today. You're a little off today. What's going on? Well, you seem a little off today. Did something happen recently? My stomach's a little off today. I was way off. I was way off about her. She's a good person. I've been thinking a lot about our conversation the other night. I was way off. I'll clear some time on my schedule. I block out 30 minutes every day to study English. I block out 30 minutes every day to work out. I blocked out my schedule every day after school for band practice. Can you do Saturday? Well, I try to block out my weekends to spend time with my family. Monday would be better for me. I also need a lot of personal time for myself, so I block out at least an hour a day. Do you think she can meet today? Well, I'll call her and ask, but don't block out your schedule yet. October 12th. Block that night out. I'm trying to cut down on smoking. I'm trying to cut down on carbs. I thought your doctor said to cut down on the red meat. I'm trying to cut down on caffeine. We need to cut down on our expenses. We need to cut down on where we can. I try cut down on where I can. We've got to find a way to cut down on expenses. What can we live without? It will help us cut down on paperwork. It will help us streamline the process. Because it cuts down on human error. Exactly. None of your business. With who? I'd rather not talk about it. Go ahead, Sheldon. I'm all ears. Well, when I'm done, you're going to be all tears. Okay, fellas, let's keep it civil. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. How could you say that? Sheldon, you and Dr. Sturgis figure out your math emergency. I'd rather not talk about it. Me, neither. You are okay working this weekend, right? I'd rather not, but I don't think my opinion really matters. Come here, 10-minute hug time. I'd rather not. Come on. Okay. I'd rather not get involved. I'd rather not drink alone. I'd rather not speculate. I'd prefer to handle it on my own, but thank you for trying to help. I'd prefer to handle this quietly. I'm not comfortable talking about this. I'm not comfortable with that question. I'm not comfortable with this conversation. I don't feel comfortable talking about that with you. It's personal, and I'm not comfortable sharing. I hope you understand. Out of curiosity, what's your household income? She says, I'm not comfortable sharing that number with you. Just give me the ballpark. It's not your concern. It's my life, so it's not your concern. Papa, this is my concern, not yours. Mom, isn't this laptop really expensive? Well, it's not your concern. Just focus on your studies. How exactly did you manage that? Not your concern. I'm not ready to talk about it yet, but thank you for asking. I've started to see Karen. It's very new, and I'm not really ready to talk about it openly yet just because I think once the word gets out there, it might affect the way people behave around us. It's still fresh, so I'm too emotional to talk about it. Let's talk about something else. That breakup's still a fresh wound. Still holding my speech against me. Sorry, it's still a little fresh. I don't want today to be all about me. Let's talk about you instead. How's life treating you? Today's not about me, though. You really don't look so good. Meredith and I, we may not make it, but today's your day. It's all about you today. Enough about me. Enough about Sarah, how's life? Not your usual type, but if you're happy, I'm happy for you, even though I still think that you belong with someone else. Enough about me, who have you been sailing with lately? I'm still trying to figure things out myself, and I'll let you know if I need someone else to talk to. Well, if I can help in any way, I'll let you know. It's none of your business. None of my business. My love life isn't any of your concern. Never was and never will be.